Hey, it's Kat Bambini, Peace Punk Productions. We're going to talk today about narcissists and the twin flame connection. This just came to me from the universe. I don't know, man. Been studying about twin flames, feeling a strong intuition about twin flames, trying to go with my heart lately and my heart chakra, because a lot of times I would deny my gut and my heart and my third eye, just all of it. I just denied it all because I was like, I want to fit in. I want to be a part of society. I want to be normal. I don't want to be an artist. I want to make money. I want to be part of a family. I want to be included. I want to be accepted. And I've always been a bit of a freak. I've also had a lot of friends, but I go through phases sometimes twice in my life where I've lost everything and everybody for a long period of time. They usually come back to me and they usually realize that they were just being shitty. And I'm usually very patient and I don't cut people out. I just am not like that. I'll do no contact if somebody is abusive until I need to, and that might be, forever. Sometimes it's a couple years, but I don't cut people out. I love everybody. So, that being said, I believe that narcissists are there a lot of the times to interfere with your twin flame connection. So you may have somebody who you feel is your twin flame. If you know anything about twin flames, it's your divine masculine pair. If you're a woman, it's your divine feminine pair. If you're a male, and I'm just learning about it, but it is this like kind of soulmate, soul connection with somebody who you can unify with, and we all crave that. If you crave a partnership, some people don't, but for the majority of people, I believe there's a craving for a partnership at a union that is unfulfilled if you don't meet somebody who's compatible, synergistic, and helps you grow, and has that kind of psychic connection with you, spiritual, physical, emotional. Today, we are demanding much more of relationships. We know we can get more. We know it's not just, like, say in America, marriage is still very much a technical thing for lower taxes and better perks from the government, things like that. So a lot of people get married for that, for health insurance, for whatever reason. So it's still very formal business for many people, but there's a lot of people who are aiming towards being together in a union that is just everything. It's romantic, it's spiritual, it's sexual, it's passionate, it's loving, it's physical, everything is there. Your bodies feel good together, you feel attracted to them, you guys get along, you may enjoy each other's business prospects, but you each have your own individual lives. You have your own businesses or your own plans, your own things that you do. It's not just like a housewife sitting around, waiting for her man to come home anymore for a lot of people. It's like everybody's working, everybody's involved. A lot of people are involved in creative projects. So people that believe in this type of stuff are generally the people who are going to be believing in a perfect union. And they may be spiritual people, they may be religious people, they may be atheists. There's just like this idea of a perfect union, and there's a person you feel like at some point, and it could be many people, I believe. I think the twin flame, that there's not just one. I think you could feel this way with people who are trying to teach you something, or you're supposed to learn something from them, and you can even have this connection if you are not even like in a relationship with them. If you guys had like a thing but it was unspoken, and you made ties and connections and cords, you can have a connection. You just have to distinguish whether or not it's a trauma bond, which would be because of some terrible event in your life that happened, which is causing you to be addicted to each other based on like peptides and all these hormones that go on in your body, which you should read or learn about if you want to know anything about healing your trauma, your addiction to the trauma bond, your addiction to the narcissist. And I'll talk about that someday, I'm sure. There's so much to talk about. It's insane. I don't even. There's no problem making so many videos about narcissism because there's so many things to talk about with narcissists. They have so many tricky ways of hurting you and getting you off your soul path because they are listening to the voice of your path. Basically, they are doing whatever they can to manipulate, get in, tie you in, so they can then direct and make orders and steer you off your path. And you'll find that pretty quickly. They're steering you off your path. They're getting you away from what you believe in. And they specifically don't want you to be with a twin flame. I've had experiences where narcissists have tried to convince me not to love somebody that I loved, that I've loved my whole life, that was like family or something. They just convinced me that this person who I felt like was one of my soulmates was not supposed to be my life because they had acted a certain way and they got to decide what I decided because they got to decide how I felt, thunk, acted, ate, slept, dressed, everything. I cannot deny that this was happening. It was coercive control where everything was criticized or scolded or groomed. And, you know, I agreed to this not knowing that it was not healthy. And I agreed to this thinking that it would make me a better person and that I'd be able to be that like elite top of the line woman that's just like a total go-getter, has her own house in like Marin, all this shit. I thought, and I was just being groomed to be somebody else. So, you know, this is some personal information. So I don't know. We'll see if I can keep this up. I'm not trying to hurt anybody here. Just calling names is not good. I try to make it very like vague because I don't want slander. I don't want people getting upset. And I do believe, like, with some of my partners who have narcissistic traits, they are really empaths deep down. Like me, they had protective mechanisms, and some of them have developed such highly developed narcissistic tendencies from perhaps narcissistic parents, from abuse in childhood, that it's become just that they act like a narcissist and you can't be near them. Like either the martyr types, the types who are like, they always act like the good guy and then you're the bad guy, no matter what. Nobody sees the Jekyll and Hyde behind the door. Or like the covert types, which are like blatantly screwed up, will yell at you in the street, will yell at you in public, will like drive the car crazy, leave you places, stuff like that. So I am just gonna put that out there because it's truth and it's like, that's my reality. So whatever, dude. I'm going on the East Coast here, even though I'm a California girl. Usually chill, but I'm feeling just like, I just gotta push through today. And the twin flame connection. So twin flame connections can be distracting in that if you focus too much on the twin flame, then you are ignoring your own truth, you're ignoring reality. You are pushing something that's not wanting to be had. You want them to connect you, contact you, be a part of your life, and you're trying to push them and influence